you everybody for coming today. It's nice to have everyone together in one space to talk about some exciting stories that we need to share with you. The housekeeping and the things I'd like to do first. So very quickly, I am passing around a clipboard. It's a blue one. There should be a pen with it. They can drift sometimes. Something like that. Please sign your name and let us know where you're from. It helps us make these events better and better. There's also a name tag, so it's a coil of stickers. Maybe there's another marker with that as well. Afterwards, you'll have an opportunity to talk with each other and our guest speakers. So it would be great if you want to put a name to make that possible. And then David was kind enough, my colleague at the back, was kind enough to have a conversation with some of you as you came in today. And we want to get a sense of why you're here today. Or more specifically, if there's any questions that you have about the kind of content we're going to cover. So obviously you might have a query coming into the room, and as we move through the discussion today, you might have some more queries as well, and that's fine too. It's up to you how you want to do it. You can tell me something now and at any time during the event, and I'll write it up on the board. So at the moment, people have come along because their interest has been piqued, or they're curious about the content that we're sharing today. So just on that brief invite, you've got just a little bit of information. A lot of people have come open-minded, and actually some people have come from very specific, perhaps some specific need from the marine sector, or maybe other areas of industry. So that's of interest to us and our speakers. So for today, my job is to listen and take up that kind of content and queries that you have, and I'll keep up with the speakers as we go, because they've got their own content to share with you, and I'm going to try my best to match it up with the kind of things that you're interested in today. So is everyone okay hearing me? We've got a small space, I hope, and a small crowd, so great. I'm going to introduce our speakers, but before I do, I want you to imagine that someone you know, or maybe it's a friend of a friend, because we're only ever a few degrees away from someone in New Zealand, thanks you. Not a high five thank. They come and thank you with a big hug kind of thing. That's the thank you I'm talking about. Why might they do that? Well, I'd like you to imagine that they're doing that because their idea or solution made it into the NZ Space Challenge. Mm-hmm. And the reason why they're giving you that hug is because you have taken away the information that you're about to share today and you've taught someone. And that's always a powerful connection when we can share a story. And I'd like to think that someone in Northland can get that big hug, or maybe a couple of hugs. Maybe we can do really well in the New Zealand Space Challenge. So that's my start for where we're at today. I am really excited, and I'm going to join you in the audience. I'm not going to be talking very long, because I will learn a lot too about what the NZ Space Challenge is. So I've seen some of the slides, so I think we're going to hear from your personal perspectives and get a sense of who you are as we move into the content, which is fantastic because, very briefly, the fact that the Ed Hillary Fellowship has enabled you to be in New Zealand is very exciting, and I think we're going to hear a little bit about that, which is good. The SpaceBase company, the social enterprise that you're involved in, we're going to hear about that. So I should introduce Emmeline and Eric. Emmeline Pat Dahlstrom and Eric Dahlstrom. The stage is all yours, and I have two other speakers that will join us after you come up here, and that will be on the squawk box, and I need to check in with Drew. Drew, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Can you hear Drew?
Yeah.
Yep. I can turn up the volume. I'm going to have to give Drew one more notch of volume. I think that's a bit low. I'll introduce Drew after Emmeline and Eric. And I'm going to introduce Philippa as well. So Dr. Drew Lara is on the line, and Philippa Ross will also be speaking today. So I'll do an introduction for those two other speakers when we get there. Roughly, we're going to have presentations in a Q&A session, and then another two speakers in a Q&A session. You're allowed to jump up at any time, grab a drink, water, tea, coffee, sandwiches, please do. I'm about to do that now. So I'll break the sandwich ice, so to speak. And so I hope you enjoy today's session. Please provide us with any more feedback afterwards. Emily, anything else? The stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you.